Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, at the very top of Rikos Beach, and as you can see, it's another episode of the afternoon tea time drive. So let's get ourselves into reverse because it's time to drive home. So here we go. Have a look at that for a view. Truly is a spectacular view. There's still a bit of blueness in the sky, but as people have come to understand, it's a bit rainy in downtown Paphos at the moment, so we're getting some thunderstorming going on. And it's that time of year, if you understand. February is probably the worst month in Paphos, but you can still have a great holiday. So, Miss Andrea, don't worry, sit back on the sofa there, grab hold to Mart, because you're going to have a great holiday when you come into town, that is for sure. Who else is on the sofas? Because we know the tea girls. That's a bit of a demeaning name, then, actually, to be honest. We know the tea superstar makers, Miss Vivian and Miss Nessie, are raring to go. And, of course, they're two knights in shining armour. Sir Simon and Sir Jeremy are waiting to take the orders because they understand there's a lot of cupcakes to be delivered and there's a lot of banana cake. Yes, there's a banana cake being made. There's still some walnut cake and there is still a little bit of the old cheesecake left because they were extra large and even I couldn't eat it all, but I tell you what, it was a very nice cheesecake indeed. So get the orders in, and Mr. Allen on his treadmill there, he's kicking off, he's plugging in rapidly, and he understands we're on the flat because he knows, well, we're probably going to go down to downtown paradise, which of course is the Paphos Harbour, and he would be right. Knock it up to 3 or 4 mile an hour, Alan, and let's have a gentle ride. And apparently he's got a shelf on his treadmill which will hold at least 2 cupcakes, and he's got a cup holder as well. Now that's a clever man. So Jeremy, Simon, get over and take his order and let's see what he's going to have, because apparently he's missed out on the cupcakes once or twice. Well, Lady Caroline, what can I say? The road surface is absolutely horrendous. So just before you get your jumper on the memory foam cushion, Lord Nigel is kicking back on the sofa. So just top him up, because this ride is going to take you into paradise, and guess what, we're going to go past your favourite hotel. In fact, many people's favourite hotel. You know, my business strategist, Mr. Richard, and his beautiful wife Julie, and of course my little body protector, Mr. Leo. He's sitting there and he's cuddled up next to Mr. Doug, and he's telling him, Mr. Doug, any fast manoeuvring towards Mr. Paul and I'm going to zap you. And then double trouble, Sir Jeremy and Sir Simon are going to chuck you in the boot. We're going to drive you to the edge of the blue Mediterranean Sea and set you afloat and send you a little flag back to Bonnie, Scotland. And over in Bonnie, Scotland, my cousin James and of course his beautiful wife Karina and their beautiful little daughter Miss Darley will be waiting with some towels to dry you off, and they'll give you a glass of rum and coke, and you'll be all right for a bit longer. Anyway, where are we now? Start of the hotel's road, to be honest. Pasidonis Avenue, that's where we are. Starts off with the Louis Fyton Beach Hotel, a great hotel, and as its name suggests, go out the back door and you're straight onto the beach. Very simple. Now, on the topic of bits and bobs that are going on in the life of Mr. Paul, as you know, we drive around a lot, but of course now and again we have to put a bit of benzene in the tank. So please consider going through to our about page where you could hit the buy me a coffee icon, and we promise to convert that sometimes in the morning into a rather nice coffee up at Atlas Coffee. That's where we go at about 8 o'clock, and then we'll mosey on down into Paphos, stop at the petrol station. It's a Shell station, very good benzene indeed, and we'll pop in there and put a little bit in the tank, and then up comes breakfast. So I think you get the idea. At the end of the day, all of the contributions to the channel are greatly appreciated, and we'd like to do a big shout out this week. You know, so far, well, the Viking known as Viking Ronnie, he's been very generous indeed. So kick back, Mr. Ronnie. You're going to get a very nice Cypriot coffee, and the boys have been googling it. They know how to do it perfectly now. So they're going to serve you in a nice little cup, and you get a nice chilled glass of water to wash it down. So that's your medicine for the day. Miss Anna, all the way over in sunny Poland. Unfortunately, the snows have come to your ground again, but I bet it's a very nice picture indeed. I'll bet you it is. And I know it's a bit cold, so wrap yourself up warm, but rest assured when you touch down in sunny Paphos, it's going to be spectacular indeed. So Miss Anna, thank you very, very much indeed. And of course we've got David and Karina, who were hanging out in the Paphos Harbour only a few days ago, and somehow we missed each other, but next time hopefully our paths will cross. Again, we thank you very, very much for the coffee. We really, really do indeed. And all the people who buy us coffees, we'll shout out to you all the time, because you are superstars amongst superstars, that's for sure. And of course you understand that somehow we have to fund what we do, and if it's a special video that you want us to do, you let us know, give us a couple of coffees, and of course, well, we'll make it happen. And of course that video will have your name on it, that's for sure. Next hotel coming up on the left, by the way, is the Olympic Lagoon. So we stormed that hotel a few times. Sometimes they've thrown us out, but we've always had a smile on the face, and to be honest, so have they. It's only a little game that we play, but you never know, one day we might get to be removed in the rear of Captain Savras's police car, and if that day comes, well, we're in big trouble. But you never know, I could phone my mate Fidonis, the mayor, and then of course I could phone my other mate Nicole over in sunny Manchester, and she could have a chat with him in Greek, because yes, she's from Crete, and Kenny could pop over and perhaps bring his father's credit card and pay the bail. So Paul Roberts, big shout out to you. Little Kenny, big shout out to you. Soon you'll be 4, and soon you'll be telling me which way to go. What hotel's this? This is the luxury 5-star Amarvi Hotel. Now, whenever I come past that, I always think of someone else who lives in downtown Manchester. Who is it? Joe Cox. Yes, Joe Cox, if you're watching, big shout out to you and your beautiful wife Julie, and hopefully her sister Miss Kathy, and hopefully her man Mr. Colin, who celebrated their birthdays in Paphos not long ago. Hopefully they are family members, and hopefully they are having a laugh and a chuckle as they hear me shout out their names. What was that hotel? Well, a hotel that doesn't need much of an introduction. That was downtown Alex the Great, Alexander the Great Hotel. That's what it was, and that's where my business strategist, sorry, he's got a lot of strategies, by the way. David, no, it's not David, Davis is his name. I apologise. Richard Davis, and his beautiful wife Julie, and of course my body protecting man, the man with the zapper, Mr. Leo Hangout, and of course many other people. Oh, so sweet. Normally books herself in there with Lord Nigel, normally, but this time they're going to go and check into the Olympic Lagoon. And of course Dame Anne, she likes to check in there because she knows it's one of the greatest views out of her top floor window, and she loves to watch the sunsets as she sits there with a gluten-free donut made by the one and only Miss Viv, or perhaps, well, with the help of Miss Nessie as well. And of course it'll be delivered to you by the boys in the yellow jackets, as Miss Justine wants. She wants them to become Butlin boys, I think. Have you heard that, Jeremy? Have you heard that, Simon? There we go. What's that? That's the Get a Paphos Promenade. That means we've arrived at paradise. Yes, that's where we are. So stick with us. I think we will take a little bit of a diversion and go up this way. And we're going to go up this way because there's some superstars coming into town very, very soon, and they are J&T Mac, yes, Mr. Justin and Miss Tracy, and they're bringing the one and only Miss Sophie, yes, and another one and only JJ Mac. So all of the Macs are coming into town, and they're not coming till about April, I think, isn't it? So hopefully you won't need to bring your Macs, because hopefully by then the weather will have changed. And that's what you're going to say. Look at that, the Sofiana Resort and Spa, possibly one of the most friendly and one of the greatest resort hotels in downtown Paphos. 2 minutes and you're rolling along the promenade, and 2 minutes and you're rolling along Bar Street, and there's plenty of restaurants around here, as you can see, and I mean plenty. Restaurant after restaurant. You've got the Georgia restaurant coming up, potholes from hell as well, by the way. If your name's Dizzy Blonde, get on a plane, come over here, grab Nicole by the hand and go and have a chat with the mayor, because Noel, needs to be, well, Nicole, sorry, needs to be taken. Wait, I'm losing my English, you know, I am. Marika, even though when she's not with me, is still in my English. But take Nicole with you, because she's the Greek translator. She's all the way from Crete, so she speaks perfect Greek, obviously. But she's got a bit confused now because she's got a bit of Mancunian when she translates it into English. So if you've got any troubles, get on to me. Although you're from that way as well, aren't you? Because you're always in traffic jams on the M62. I just realised we've got a lot of people who live in the Manchester area, which is a good thing, because I used to live just down the road in the Chester area, so not that far. Anyway, I'm rambling on, as I normally do. This is Bar Street, by the way, pretty close. But if you've committed some sins, there's a church over there on the left, so, you know, you can mosey on down and, well, what's the word? Have your sins forgiven, isn't it? There we are. And then just over there was the Flares Bar, which of course is, well, Sally Briar's. That's her favourite place in town. And she's going to mosey on down, hopefully in the summer, and she's going to bring her man with her. And of course, that is Matt Dyers. Matt, I hear you brought the sofa, which is a good start. Next thing, get the ring on the finger. Otherwise, I'm going to take you into Marius Diamonds. I'm going to phone Marius and get him to open up, especially for you. And we're going to walk in there, and it's going to start at 5,000. And then we're going to take Oching Cereal Booth with us, so that's a bad start for you. And she's going to choose one that she likes, and it's going to start at 5,000. So, if I was you, I would get the ring before you come. It might be a little bit cheaper. And we're going to finish the video right there. What's that? That's T&J's Fish and Chip Shop. Probably the greatest fish and chip shop in downtown Paphos. That's the Almira Hotel across the road, 5-star luxury beach hotel. Walk out its back door, and guess what? You're straight on the beach. And you've got restaurant after restaurant along here. Portobello. You've got another Cypriot restaurant called the Viva Cyprus. You get the idea. There's plenty of places to eat. And that hotel over there, especially for you, Dayman. Look at that. Miss Fiona, look at that. Well, it doesn't get much better. Alexander the Great, and he's waiting outside over here on his horse, especially for you. And by the way, that horse is called Stavros. What I wouldn't do is stand around his rear end, though. There we go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.